thing is, the ground is so soft at the moment because of the rain that we've had that these are just not holding. I think it's pointless to try and put this up again now. I think we'll wait a couple of days for the wind to die down. But when we do put it up again, it'll be a great opportunity to move it to its final resting place. Hi, we're Harriet, Mauro, and this is Tofu. And in 2021 we bought 4 acres of land on the east coast of Spain with the dream of living a simpler, more sustainable life, in tune with nature, the seasons, and above all, our values. Join us as we try and bring our beautiful land back to productivity, restore our little stone cottage, and learn how to make a living on our land. We're finally starting a new sourdough mix today. It's been, about a year since we've had one on the go? We used to be quite good at always making our own bread and not really buying it, but what with moving and everything, yeah, it's been about a year since we've been doing this.
I found that chopsticks are really good for mixing, especially because I don't have like a really
you found the chopsticks?
Yeah.
Where were they? I was looking for them.
But the rest of the forks and knives.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is the starter. Obviously there's a million ways of doing this, and like everyone has their own technique. But like what this book we follow says is that just add equal parts for 4 days in a row until it sort of gets going.
Flour and water.
Yep, equal parts.
Look at you. Look at you with your little collar on. Someone's been to the vets and is all vaccinated and defleed. Well, the wind seems to have dropped, so I think today we're going to move the teepee to its new place and re-erect it because it needs to be occupied by someone tomorrow. So yeah, let's get it back on its feet again. Got them all?
Oh, disaster.
Oh dear.
Disaster zone.
The bed's actually not too bad. The floor is soaking though. The carpet is wet.
Oh no, the carpet, no!
Okay, I'll try.
Oh, this is a disaster.
Yeah. Dobby, what are you doing? You found a wet carpet. Oh.
It's deeper than you think.
Is this gonna work? Toffee, come on, out the way. Oh, that's the pear tree getting an extra little water. Oh, and the cherry. Oh, lucky.
Sky may be grey, there might be rain, I have to say.
Stuffy, what are you doing?
I know I do lean on faith. Oh, darling,
bucket number 6 or 7. Not sure. We've got a lot of water out of there.
It's not a simulation. I'm still dreaming.
So we erected it again briefly just so we could get inside and mop up all the water that was in there. But now we're going to take it down, move it to its new location, and then once it's there we'll open all the side flaps up and ventilate it, and hopefully that'll dry up the rest of the water that's on the ground. It is a 4-season tent. It has withstood rain before and it does generally do alright in the rain, but I think because of the wind it fell over and bits of it that weren't waterproof were then exposed, and then we had a lot of rain, so I think we got about 7 or 8 buckets out in the end. There was a lot of water on the floor, but at least the floor got a nice clean, so it's not all bad.
Falling deeper within. This love is an ocean wide that never runs dry.
There's loads of wild asparagus growing behind here. I hadn't noticed this little clump. We're just opening up the sides so that we can let any final bits of damp air out. This is the nice thing about this teepee. It has sides that can be rolled up, which is really nice because it's not that warm today, but it's still pretty toasty inside here. So it's nice to get the breeze flowing through. There we go, the floating teepee. It looks so weird. One thing I was really scratching my head about with the bell tent was power, because we really wanted anyone who stays down there to be able to have power to plug in laptops and have light and everything like that. I wasn't really sure how to do it. I thought about maybe running a cable from the main house down there, but the solar setup we have in the main house is really designed for that house and the consumption that we have there, and I didn't really want to be worrying about what people are doing down there, whether someone, I don't know, turns on a hairdryer in the middle of the night and plugs in 10 lamps and whatever and drains the batteries. So I really wanted an independent system down there. I thought about building another small solar setup down there, you know, getting the panels and another inverter and more batteries, but then that's just getting quite big and complicated, especially to secure it as well down there. So I wasn't sure how to do that, but I've actually come up with the perfect solution, I think. So this is the solution. This is what's known as a portable power station. I didn't know these things existed, but here they are. This is an EcoFlow Delta, and this box is basically everything that we have in this shed, all combined into one. The batteries, the charge controller, the inverter, plus all the ports that you need to charge your things. You've got USB ports, USB-A, fast charging, USB-C to plug in things like phones and things that just charge directly from USB ports, you've got your normal plug sockets, these are EU plug sockets, so just like the normal sockets you would get on the wall of your house. Decided to go with solar panels to charge our portable power station because, you know, that's obviously the greenest, and also for this particular setup the simplest. We can just put the panels out, angle them towards where the sun is, and in a few hours it should be all charged and ready to give the TP power all through the night, which is great. But what I really like about it is that you can also plug it into mains. If you were like going on a camping trip or something and you want to charge it up quickly in a couple of hours before you go, just plug it into your mains if you've got mains. You can also plug it into the car, which is cool, through the like cigarette lighter charger thingy. So you can actually charge it on your way to going camping where you're going to use it. So we're definitely going to be using that in the future. Been meaning to cut up this old piping over on another part of our land for absolutely ages, and this actually turned out to be a really easy way of powering my angle grinder down by this pile of old pipes. This machine has an AC output of 1800 watts. Well, if you're like me and you don't know much about electricity, 1800 watts is a lot. It covers like 99% of all essential appliances, things like hair dryers, kettles, air conditioning units, heaters, blenders, power tools. It covers a lot of things. This angle grinder is actually the most extreme power tool I have, and it's only 800 watts and it's doing fine. So I'm struggling to think of anything that we could throw at this machine that it wouldn't be able to cope with. Apparently you can even power an electric car with it for a short trip, which is kind of crazy, but maybe useful in an emergency. I'm definitely going to be using this a lot for working in various corners of our land where we couldn't get power otherwise, and it's actually really nice to know that we have a backup if we ever need it, which can cope with pretty much anything. It's so nice to finally have power in the bell tent. A power station like this one was really the missing tool, if you like, in our tool belt, which really allows us to get power wherever we need it, in this tiny tent home, outside, somewhere on our land, or travelling. Definitely have a look at the link in my description if you want to learn more about EcoFlow's green energy solutions. They have a whole range of things like this. The next day, after I'd been using my angle grinder in the afternoon the previous day, and powering the bell tent all night, I checked how the battery was doing, and it was still doing great, so yeah. I think it's time to harvest some of these cabbages. They've been in this bed for ages and one or two of them have already started to go to seed. So we're gonna take them and make a sauerkraut. So as you can see, we've been putting some black plastic weed suppressant down with some gravel over the top, and I had to go and get some more black plastic to finish the job. I think we're going to go in like a semicircle around the teepee, and that's basically the end of our land there. It's just the edge of the barranco here, so just drops away into this wooded undergrowth sort of area with a seasonal stream running through it down there. So yeah, I think we'll do a little semicircle around here with gravel, border it at some point with stones, and yeah, I think under this olive tree we'd like to put like maybe a hammock or a chair, a swingy chair or something, because that's quite a nice area and it gets the shade in the afternoon, which is quite nice. And yeah, we want to make this area outside a lot nicer, put some flowers, plant some things, but yeah, that's not a huge priority. As for inside, I think we're pretty much back in action. Everything's looking a lot better than it was yesterday, almost like nothing happened. But I do think something is missing, and I'm gonna go and make that now. So I was really happy with these pine shelves that I made for our bedroom, and I wanted to do something similar in here, just some shelves to go this side and the other side of the bed. Been thinking about how people can store clothes and things like that in here, because obviously like the roof goes in, so there's not really room for anything very tall like a wardrobe, or even most chests of drawers are kind of gonna touch the roof. So I'm thinking like some low shelves here, and maybe like some little boxes to act like drawers to put in the shelves, maybe something like that. Just been chewing this pencil, the end of this pencil, as you do, obviously, and I've just realised it's got seeds in it. This pencil, it says it has seeds in it, and I just realised where they were. They're in this bit, so I think I just need to go and plant those quickly. There we go, who knows what they are or what will happen, but yeah, back to the shells I guess. So these little end pieces are going to be really good for Mauro because for his birthday, which was about a week ago, I got him a set of chisels, like woodworking chisels, and they're really for doing like relief work on wood like this, soft-ish wood. This is pine, so it's fairly soft. And yeah, some little blocks like this for him to start practicing doing some designs on are going to be really good.
This might go on for long, 'cause I was wrong, and he's always there for you. I keep living alone, well, so far from home. To flee from this all, or to be standing on your own, or to be standing on your own.
I'm planning to make a nettle pesto for lunch. I really have a soft spot for nettle. I don't know why. I think it's because it's one of the first foods that I really tried to forage and cook with. I just have lots of memories of not always succeeding in picking it without injuring myself or cooking it in a way that made it palatable. But now I know what I'm doing with it. I really like using it and I'm really excited to make this pesto. Can't cook lunch just yet though because the oven, well a new oven, new to us, is in the process of being cleaned and prepared. So we're going to wait for that to be done and then I'll cook some lunch. Mauro's using ashes from the fire to clean.
I managed to unscrew one of the windows, so I'm cleaning it on both sides.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna get proper clean.
Ah, great. So it's just a normal pesto recipe, except instead of the basil, you're using stinging nettles. Well, it's a normal vegan recipe. So instead of the parmesan or the hard cheese, I use a lemon juice, which gives the kind of tanginess that you want. And yeah, salt, garlic, a good quality olive oil, and some sort of nut, in this case toasted almond, and your leaf. Basil or stinging nettle, or maybe there's other things you can use as well. And yeah, once it's cut up and pounded, it's perfectly non-stingy. Look at our oven, it looks so good. It really looks good with those kettles on it as well, doesn't it?